going for 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, January 22nd, and I have not gotten around to covering any of the things that I wanted to talk about so far today. So it's gonna be another late night for me, I guess. A big part of the reason that I'm so far behind is that I had a text this morning from a friend of mine who is a social media creator, and she said, "Have you seen the news yet?" And I was like, "What news, girlfriend? There's so much news all of the time. Which piece of it?" And she said, "Oh, about Off to Wagon." And I said, "No, I haven't seen it." She said, "I'm so glad I didn't take him up on his offer to come and cover the protests with him." And I was like, oh shit, what happened? This is a creator that I don't follow. I know he has a really big account. I'm aware of him, but I've never followed him. In general, I'm kind of leery about following men on the political left who think that they have a lot of charisma and have big social media accounts. I'm just leery. Whatever. I know I'll get crap for that. Every time I say something like that, I get leftist men in my comments who are like, reverse sexism. Women are not once bitten, twice shy. We're like, multiple times assaulted, leery of men. So when she texted me, I was actually in the middle of uploading a video to Facebook and I had the app open. So I went to his Facebook page to try to see if there was some kind of public statement or apology. Just FYI, if you don't know, a lot of your favorite TikTokers have huge Facebook accounts. Facebook is a very lucrative place to be a social media creator, right? I knew it wasn't going to be good when your woman friend texts you and is like, "Thank God I didn't go somewhere with that guy." You know that it's not going to be great. I'm not going to repost his statement, but basically, you can find it on his TikTok or his Facebook page. He basically was like, "Yeah, I did that thing that I'm being accused of, but I was drunk and the details are fuzzy and I'm going to take a break from social media and whatever." Which to me is not an apology. It's not sufficient. It's a not great statement. It's sort of like, I was drunk. And the response from his followers, I found the comments from his followers concerning, to say the least, and weirdly parasocial. The way y'all will jump to defend men who are accused of essaying women because there's some dude that you like to follow on the internet and you don't know the first thing about them. Right, this comment here below, this was very typical. "You don't need to step back, like your work is too important. Keep doing what you're doing. We need your voice. It doesn't matter that you have been accused of and basically confirmed that you victimized 3 women. The world needs loud voices right now, even if those voices are not safe for women." This is some pick-me shit, Amy. What are you doing? Another woman, "Don't beat yourself up for misgivings." Misgivings, he's accused of essaying 3 women. Another woman, "Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect." And then people wanting to know, oh yeah, okay, it was inappropriate, but like how inappropriate? Was it just like a little bit of essay? More commenters, "People say stupid things in bars." In his accountability post, he said, "I was very intoxicated and I don't really remember what happened," right? The details are fuzzy or something to that effect. Do you know how many times I've been drunk in my life and I've never essayed anybody? Right? So think that's true for most of us. Being intoxicated is not a justification for what he's accused of doing. So I was actually really upset by this. It really upset me, even though I don't follow this guy. And then you might say like, well, why are you upset? You're not a fan of his. Well, because I'm a woman organizing on the political left, and time after time after time, men on the left, they prove man or bear over and over. This is why we choose the bear, right? I know I've said this before. Last time there were credible allegations or admissions made by men. I think it was that lawyer, I can't remember his name, who was friends with Hassan Piker. Y'all, men come to the political left because capitalism has hurt them, because they're oppressed by the oligarchy. Moving to the political left is about class consciousness, but it's not necessarily about unpacking the patriarchy. There are an awful lot of men on the political left who don't see women as fully human and don't actually have a problem with objectifying and harming women. Ask any woman who organizes on the political left what our experience has been. How many times have we been called a bitch by another man on the left? Or the C word? How many times have we been harassed by other men on the left? How many times have we had to sit there and listen to them say gross misogynistic things? You don't have to unpack the patriarchy to move to the political left. I mean, look at how many politicians on the left. One of those comments on Facebook reminded me a lot. It was like, oh, we need you. You're too important to step back now. It sounds like the defense of Bill Clinton. It sounds like, speaking of Bill Clinton, who endorsed Andrew Cuomo in the primary, it sounds like establishment Democrats being like, we know that Andrew Cuomo said he's not safe to be alone in a room with a woman and that he was found to have sexually harassed at least 11 women, but he's too important for politics. We need to go ahead and support him. This is a large reaching systemic problem. And it's not just on the political left, right? It's everywhere in our culture. And looking at what happened with Off the Wagon, what he did, right, and admitted to doing, to me, it's that much more egregious because he's covering Minnesota. He's covering what Jonathan Ross did to Renee Good, which is just like a full on manifestation. Every ICE agent that you see, so many videos of them aggressing against women. So many of these ICE agents are out of control men who really hate women, and they hate women who stand up to them. They hate women who don't want to submit to the patriarchy, right? When women stand up, they're trying to put them in their place, right? And that's what Jonathan Ross did to Renee Good, because her wife would not be appropriately submissive because these men cannot handle when women assert themselves or don't willingly submit. These men become enraged. They have no emotion regulation. Jonathan Ross felt free to shoot Renee Good in the face because he was pissed. He felt that a woman deserved to die because he had dysregulated feelings, because he got his fifis hurt. And so to see a man who's supposedly out there protesting that, covering that issue, pretending like he's an ally for women, who can then turn around and allegedly victimize 3 women while he's in the middle of doing that work to advocate and to get justice for Renee. It's man or bear, man or bear. We always choose the bear, like every time. It's more of the same. The patriarchy hurts everybody, but women die under it, right? Or women are assaulted under it. And too many men on the political left think that they're an ally. They think that they're safe, or maybe they don't even. Their concern is the way that they are personally oppressed. They're big mad that they're being oppressed by the oligarchy. But they don't really see women as full human beings. They may pretend like they do, but they don't treat us like it. And it actually reminded me of a video that I made after Renee Good was shot, where I saw a number of creators saying that white women are a protected class under white supremacy. And I was like, we're actually not. And that's part of the problem, is that too many white women are willing to uphold the trifecta of oppression, capitalism, white supremacy, and the patriarchy, because they think that they can make themselves a little bit safer under that system. And that white men use white women, their labor and support, to keep this trifecta system of oppression functional. But white women aren't actually protected under that system, right? So many people thought when Renee Good got shot that it was going to be public outrage from MAGA because a white woman was killed by not a member of law enforcement, by a member of a criminal organization who murdered her in the street in cold blood. And I was saying it didn't actually upset as many conservative men as you might think, because conservative men don't actually care about white women. They say that we are protected. That is an excuse so that they can justify their violence against anybody who isn't white. It's not that they actually care about white women at all. We are used as a prop, as a tool, as an excuse for them to continue their oppression and justify their hatred. White women are actually very unsafe under the current system. White women are actually at very high risk. We are only useful as long as white men say that we are, and as long as we play their game. But even then, it's not about protecting women because they don't see women as fully human. And someone in my comments was like, but white women are cherished by white men under the patriarchy and white supremacy. And I was like, no, that's my whole point. We aren't. We are told that we are never safe anywhere, and we will be a little bit less unsafe if we don't piss off white men, if we go along with what they want. That's how white women use the system they are oppressed under to get white men to turn their rage, their anger onto non-white folks. Because we are told that it will make us safer, but we're never safe under the patriarchy. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can get free. And the patriarchy is fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. It's rampant on the political left. This is why we say man or bear. Leftist men are no more safe for us. In fact, in many ways, they are more dangerous for us because we are lured into this false sense of safety, that because they are deconstructing from capitalism, but they are also deconstructing from the patriarchy and white supremacy. We get a false sense of security. So I'm not surprised, but I'm disheartened. Men, y'all are capable of so much more. You're capable of deconstructing from the patriarchy. You are capable of being allies to women. You are capable of seeing us as fully human. But also, ladies, particularly those of us organizing on the left, stay safe.